box. Like, try to, meet new people. And when you find yourself in a social space, don't just wait for people to approach you. You could actually approach people, start a conversation, talk about something. Factors affecting mental health. Very interesting. Before we dive right into it, I think it's vital that we define the concept of mental health. So mental health, according to World Health Organization, is defined as a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his abilities, can cope with normal stresses of life, and can work productively and fruitfully, and also can be able to contribute to the community. So from the precise definition of mental health, to consider anything that hinders productivity, that affects our ability to contribute to our communities or society, or that causes abnormal levels of stress, are factors that can lead to poor mental health. Today we'll just be talking about 6 factors that I think they are very popular. They're very, very popular, that can lead to poor mental health. So the first one is very, very, very popular. I think this is seen across all mental health challenges: childhood trauma, abuse, and neglect. So people that went through traumatic childhood experiences and maybe people that were neglected and everything, like, they are more prone to mental health challenges than normal people with normal childhood experiences. So how do they go around this to ensure that they protect or they develop or build their mental health? First, you need to seek professional help. This is very important. If you haven't healed, if you have past experiences, past childhood experiences, and you are subjected to all sorts of things, and you haven't healed, you haven't been able to process those experiences, you can't be able to function, you can't proceed effectively, you won't function at your best. So you need to heal, you need to seek help. Second point actually I want to talk about is social isolation and loneliness. This can actually go 2 ways. Some people actually feel lonely and they feel that they are isolated socially, whereas other people, it's just an illusion, it's just in their head. But what you could do in this instance: be proactive, engage in social activities, engage in sports, engage in things that will see you communicate with people. Don't just be laid back, don't just be on your space or your box. Life is too, you have a lot to explore. You don't just be in one box. Like, try to meet new people. And when you find yourself in a social space, don't just wait for people to approach you. You could actually approach people, start a conversation, talk about something, compliment people, like, talk, engage. Just go out of your space to engage people. It will really help you in that instance. I think it's very, very important. Third point I want to talk about is discrimination and stigma. It really affects their mental health. It can actually lead to depression, it can lead to all sorts of problems. So there are ways you could do this. If you're a victim, know yourself. Knowing yourself means that you know your weaknesses and your strengths, right? It's very important that you focus on your strengths. You know what you have to offer, you know your worth, you know your value. But those that go through stigmatization and whatnot, they also have to know that the reason why people stigmatize is majorly because of lack of knowledge. They are not knowledgeable in that area. So, and also they have to go and seek professional help as well, like, so that they can take them through courses that will help them cope with stigmatization. I think it's very, very important. The fourth point I want to talk about is severe or long-term stress and anxiety. And in our society, oh my God, this is very, very serious. I think it's very, very serious in our society today. People have anxiety disorders have really skyrocketed in our generation. People have all sorts of anxiety disorders, stress, and whatnot. And I think one of the major causes of this is our social media. So what I would advise in this instance or suggest is, like, take breaks. Take social media breaks from time to time, like as frequent as possible. Yes, it's good, but it shouldn't be something you can't do without. Do you understand? Like, engage in more activities that build you. Engage in activities that develop things. Do things that would see you physically interact with people, engage in things that read books, just take walks, like appreciate the little things in life. Fifth point I want to talk about is poor or impaired physical health. And this is actually very funny also, because it's prevalent these days as well. You see people eat all sorts of things and they don't even exercise, and you see it also leads to stress, it also leads to anxiety, because they have this feeling that their body is not up to standard. It's not nice, it doesn't feel nice. So what you could do is exercise and diet. It's very important you exercise. Like, exercise reduces the level of cortisol. These are like stress hormones in your blood. So when you exercise, it reduces this level. It helps you relax. Last thing I want to talk about is domestic violence, bullying, and all sorts of abuse. When we talk about domestic violence, most times people will talk about domestic violence in the context of marriages or serious relationships. What I would say is, if you're in a committed relationship or you are in marriage, then you're experiencing domestic violence, I think it's important you spoke out. Ask for help before it's too late. Just ask for help before it's too late. You have to take the lead in that. You have to decide that, I'm done with this. Don't speak out and so that you can get help. We have the cases of abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and people that go through these forms of abuse. Or you could actually tackle this by communicating, setting boundaries. Make it known to the people you talk with, like, look, I don't like this. Don't just keep it inside you and then you are angry or upset at people. Sexual abuse, people that go through sexual abuses, rape being the extreme, like they have to process this. They have to get help. They have to actually go through a time where some professionals help them through it, so they can be able to move on from it. It's horrible, but yeah, you need help. You need help to move on. So these are like the 6 factors that I feel that affect mental health. So, but then again, if you're watching this video right now, then you are thinking, how do I improve my mental health? I think there are 5 things you could do to improve your mental health. First one being reading. It's very important you read. There's a saying that goes like, reading is to your brain what exercise is to your body. So that brings me to the second one, exercise. These 2 things go hand in hand, exercise and read. The third one I think also that is very important is building walls. Like, build walls. I've talked about this, like, boundaries, put boundaries, build walls around your mind. It's not everything that is out there that you should allow into your mind. You actively filter things that you allow into your mind. So that's it. And the fourth one is practicing giving and serving. It's very common that people out there, like in our generation, in society, where everybody is just expecting that. Like, you see people always selfish, like entitlement mentality. They are always out there for what they can get from people, what people are giving to them. But like, it's very few people that actually practice giving. Like, just give people things. Be sensitive to the needs of people around you and give them. Go out of your way to serve people, like do things for people, volunteer for community services, and let's be grateful. I cannot overemphasize the importance of gratitude. Be grateful for what you have, the little things you have. Be grateful. Have a heart of gratitude. It helps a lot. So yeah, guys, these are the 5 things you do to improve your mental health. And this video has helped. I also wish that as you're watching this video, I wish that you take practical steps in helping yourself, because you owe it to yourself to build your mindset and advance mentally, and also to protect your mental health. You owe it to yourself. So I hope this video actually helps you or tilts you to that right direction. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Bye.